Hey there, folks. So it's early in the morning. The sun's just about to come up, and just had a few things on my mind I wanted to share with you guys because, you know, there's some interesting times on our horizons, and figuring out how to live in interesting times is going to be very important. So I just wanted to share this with you because I found this little spot, and you know, this is an area that was obviously lived in. People used to live here. This was where folks were able to survive somehow, and it can be difficult to imagine what it would feel like to live in a setting without all the modern conveniences if you're accustomed to that. And what you're used to is having running water and electricity and just flush toilets and toilet paper and everything. If that's what you're used to, it can be a little bit difficult imagining what it would be like to face something other than you know, current Americanized standards of consumerism. But some people obviously lived here, and this is where they were able to, you know, cling to what remained of their American dream. And you can see there's like all this garbage, and there's trash like all over the place here. You know, there's truckloads of it. There's mattresses and tarps and old tents and clothing and shoes and everything. And more than likely what happened here is that public service employees came, found people who were living here, and then helped them and society, allegedly, by incarcerating that person or giving them a ticket and a court date. And what ends up happening in a lot of those situations is that the person can't pay that fee, and they certainly can't come back to where they used to live and collect their items. And so their things that have any worth get stolen, and the things that don't have any worth get abandoned, and nobody comes back for them. And then this is the part that's horrifying about the whole thing to me, is the homeless get blamed for it. They don't have anywhere that they're allowed to be, and then they get incarcerated and their stuff just gets obliterated. And ultimately, the amount of money we spend on attacking the homeless, for instance, in Salem, Oregon, they spent something like $5 million attacking the homeless. So I don't know how many homeless they have there, but I'm guessing they could have housed them for far better value on their dollar. But that's not the way that our government thinks. And so you end up with these situations where there's a lot of trash that gets abandoned because the people are forced out. So you might be sleeping here in the middle of the night, the state police or the county sheriff or whoever it is that patrols this comes along, evicts you from your camp, and you end up leaving behind a mess. And you know, there's only so much that we can do about it as people who have limited means to create a better society. But I just wanted to share that with you guys this morning because I was thinking about it and looking at it and being a part of it. So here's I don't know if you can see that back there, but that's Mount Hood, Oregon.